بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ويطعمون الطعام على حبه مسكينا ويتيما وأسيرا إنما نطعمكم لوجه الله لا نريد منكم جزاء ولا شكورا.
For many Muslims, the end of Ramadan means the final preparations for Eid-ul-Fitr with food, clothing and gifts. For the people at Nakhlistan, the last day of Ramadan marks the busiest day of the month, a time devoted to making sure that those in need will also have something to look forward to on the day of Eid.
Nakhlistan assists poor people in the disadvantaged areas. On the day of Eid, we make sure at Nakhlistan that most of the poor people in the Western Cape have a decent plate of food on the day of Eid. And as one of my teachers, the late Imam Sepp, always used to tell me, my klong, dat die arme mense kos kry op die dag van Labarang, na Ramadan. I started cooking food. 3 friends of us, myself, the late Dawood Parker, and now known as Sheikh Sadullah Khan. We started this thing 26 years ago. I've never ever thought that we will go this big by feeding at least 60 to 70,000 people on the day of Eid.
While Nakhlistan is a relatively small organization, its impact is far-reaching. This is largely due to the combined efforts of volunteers who work tirelessly to ensure that the food is prepared and ready for distribution.
What is currently happening at Nakhlistan tonight is that we are cooking 145 huge pots of food to feed more than 65,000 of the underprivileged in the Western Cape. Now it takes 5 tons of meat, 3 tons of rice, 2.7 tons of potatoes, 850 kilograms of onions, and about 125 kilos of secret masalas to make this wonderful pot of akni. And tomorrow, inshallah, when the distribution happens, 65,000 of the underprivileged within the Western Cape will be having a wonderfully warm meal to eat on the day of Eid-ul-Fitr.
Zakat-ul-Fitr is an obligatory charity on every Muslim at the end of the month of Ramadan. Each charity sees thousands of people dropping off their donations at Nakhlistan. These donations are in turn put to good use as fitra food parcels are packed and farmed out to the needy communities at their homes throughout the Western Cape.
This year, Nakhlistan packed 2,657 fitra parcels. Each fitra parcel costs 110 rand, and it can feed a family of 4 for at least a week.
When the community comes to Nakhlistan and pays their fitra, that goes towards the fitra parcel. It does not go into the food, because the food, we accept the lillah, the sadaqah, the zakah, and also the fidya for the pots of food, but not the fitra. The fitra we put into the fitra parcels. Now also, if you look in terms of the distribution, we distribute in Valhalla Park, in Manenberg, in Atlantis, in Lotus River, in Mitchell's Plain, in Ocean View, in Vrygrond, in Macassar. All of those areas is where Nakhlistan does its distribution.
Nakhlistan is an independent organization with no ties to any mosques or formal bodies. It was started by 3 individuals who sincerely wanted to make a difference to those less fortunate than themselves.
I'm doing this just for the love of Allah and to feed the poor and the needy, and the smile you get on a poor person's face by giving him a decent plate of it. I'll distinctly say a decent plate, because people give food and then the leftovers. Here we give what we eat.
Nakhlistan is the community. We are community-based, we are all community people. We are not state-funded, and every cent that comes in goes towards all the community projects. So we want to say to our community, thank you for supporting Nakhlistan, because Nakhlistan is the community.
Whether within the walls of a prison or on the streets of the townships, Nakhlistan strives to bring some form of relief to those in need. Ramadan is a time of countless blessings and virtue, and Nakhlistan is making it possible for all of us to be a small part of making this a reality.